like talking. So I'm going to tell you about the worst fucking date I have ever had in my life. Now, for context, sometimes I have done paid dating sites. That's when, if you're hot, you can go on a dating site where people who are not exactly that attractive by society, but definitely have way too much fucking money and don't know what to do with it, can pay to get on a website and then pay to go on a date with you. Nothing else happens. No sex, no anything. You just go on a date. Some people love this concept. Some people hate it. Blah, blah, blah. Either way, I was like, you know what? Let's do it just to see what happens. Because it was like, partially, it's like, okay, one, I do need the money. Two, maybe I'll meet some cool people. I met this one dude, and he was generous off the bat, but also had signs leading up that he was fucking crazy. Like, if I recall correctly, he would, like, send me money totally at random. Like, totally at random. I forget what service I used, but it didn't fucking matter because I blocked him after some point, because he would also hit me up at the most random hours like, hey, guess what? I'm going to give you double what I told you I was going to give you on the website. I'm actually going to give you like $300. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then it could be like 2 hours later, he'd be like, yeah, I don't have anything. I have to cancel our date. And I'd be like, what the fuck happened? He said, I went to the casino and wanted to get even more for you. And I fucked up. I'd be like, that's... okay, then we don't have to talk. And then he'd be like, wait, I can get it back. And then he'd hit it big. And then lose it all. And then hit it big. And lose it all. And I remember, like, I was young at the time. I was like 20, 21. No, like 20. And I was just like, this guy's so fucking stupid, but I really wonder how a date with him would be like. I met up with him. I showed up to the date. We went to this, like, nice little bento spot. I showed up looking fabulous. I had my beret. I had, like, this cute cherry gloss on. This amazing, luxurious, like, full-bodied sundress from Nordstrom that was like hot pink covered in flowers. My skin was glistening. I smelled amazing. I was turning heads left and right down the street. I had an exquisite set of jewelry on, and he showed up dressed like he was a janitor. Like, and he isn't a janitor. So it's kind of worse that he just chose to wear that, like, by choice. There's a photo I have of him. I remember I posted it on my Instagram, and the first thing multiple people did was say, is this dude a fucking janitor? What the fuck kind of outfit is this? And I just... either way, so we go on the date, he gets me my food, and he just keeps talking and talking and talking. And he, like, keeps talking about all these other women he's met off the website, like sugar babies, sex workers, all that. And he talked about, ooh, I met this one girl for a date. I offered her like $100, $200 just to, and I offered her, I was being generous. I was like, ooh, how about we have sex? And then he named the smallest amount I've ever heard in my life to offer for sex. And he was like, oh, and she said no. And then she just took me back to her penthouse just to, like, show me all the cool stuff she had, which is honestly pretty fucking player. I find it amusing that she just kind of went, this is a broke-ass nigga who has a lot of nerve. I'm going to specifically take him back to my apartment and show him my huge penthouse and all of my luxury bags and all of my luxury items, and then scoot him gently out the door to teach him maybe he should not be anywhere but on this fucking website with his broke, ugly ass. Very player of her. Meanwhile, I was just there like, okay, I'm gonna just wait out the date until I get the money. I forget, I think I did get the money. I'm pretty sure I did. I think I got it in like an envelope or something. But he also promised me that he would take me out shopping for jewelry. And also makeup. But I also, like, my skin, it still is incredibly clear, but it was even more clear before. Like, I was praised for having porcelain glass skin with absolutely no pores and naturally rosy lips. And I still wore lip gloss and still very much moisturized and took care of my skin. And I had waxed eyebrows, waxed top lip, everything was good. But he just was like, ooh, I really want to get you makeup. I really, really, really want to get you makeup. And I said, why? And he was like, I don't know. I just feel like you might really want it. You might really want it. And I was like, okay, but we agreed that you'd spend like this much on jewelry. He said, yeah, I have a set budget of like $200 for jewelry and makeup. But here, let's get makeup first. So we walked to his car. And it's some busted ass like 2006 sedan. So I was like, this nigga really is broke. He opens the door. And I'm not kidding when I say it was the worst fucking car I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what the hell happened in his car, but it looked like someone actually genuinely got fucking sliced, diced, and murdered in it. Like some sort of Jeffrey Dahmer ass car. And there was also just like a big, like, goop of something brown and sticky right where someone's ass would be on the seat. And I don't remember the smell. I remember that every fucking surface was sticky and covered in like little tobacco leaves and just what the fuck. Like the facade of me being like, oh, nice to meet you. Oh, so wonderful. Oh, yay. Went away as soon as I fucking saw the inside of his car. I was like, no fucking way. Yeah, I'm not getting in that shit. What the fuck are you talking about? He was like, shut up. It's not that bad. And he found some hoodie in the back seat, and as I just kept screaming my fucking head off because I've never seen a car that bad. I told myself it was barbecue sauce. It may have been barbecue sauce, but that strikes an even bigger question of why the fuck does it look like someone took several bottles of barbecue sauce and just launched that shit all over his car seats? And why are you just driving around like that? Why is there a puddle in your passenger seat? He just was like, shut up, it's not that bad. Oh, and put out a hoodie, covered like most of the seat with it, and said, there, sit. There, is that better for you? And also I was naive and also just kind of like wondering what the fuck would happen next with this dude. And I wanted to see it through because I thought, okay, I could just easily go shopping and never talk to this nigga again. So I just sat on the seat, like kind of like a scared bitch would sit at a dude's house, like on the edge, at the very edge, not trying to let myself touch anything else but the edge of the seat. And we drove that way the whole time. And the car ride was mostly silent. Until we almost got to the mall. And then out of nowhere, this man says, goddamn Letitia. Bitch spilled titty milk all over my fucking car. And that was after, like, driving in silence for about 7 minutes. No context. I didn't know how to react to that. What? I think I just said, who's Letitia? And then he said, oh, just this bitch I'm fucking, yeah, we fucked in the backseat like a while ago, and she was just squirting all over the place, just titty milk everywhere. And I thought, oh, that's why everything's sticky. I still have photos in my fucking, I'm pretty, I secretly was taking photos in his car just because I was like, I really want to show my friends how fucking dirty this man's car is. I also wanted to see it through. He was not giving the vibes of someone who would kill and murder me. He was just giving the vibes of someone who was, like, horny-ish. Like, not that into me, but still, I guess, wanted to show off that he could get money. Like, just, whatever, weird gambler. I'm grateful that this story ends with my head on my body and not my blood all over his car seats. With the titty milk from Letitia or LaQuisha or whatever the fuck her name was. I think it was LaQuisha. Why would you birth a child? You carried a child in your room for 9 months and you name her LaQuisha? I know she was smoking fucking cigarettes so she was pregnant. God damn it. Ugh. Anyway, so yeah, that was disgusting. And then we go to the mall. We go to Sephora. I've never been to a Sephora before, but he's like, yeah. Oh, we want to look at, like, makeup. She doesn't really wear it. Like, like, what's the stuff she should have? Like, concealer, foundation. And the girl looked at my skin and she was like, your skin's really nice. Like, it's really clear and everything. And I was like, yeah. But she was like, but, if you want. And then she showed me some foundations. And then it was the awkwardness of, like, I'm one of those skin tones where, and this was, I think, before Fenty Beauty, or what, maybe it just wasn't in stock at this store or whatever. But either way, she was like, okay, so, like, one was way too orange on me. I looked like Donald Trump. The other was way too light on me. I looked like a Japanese ghost, like a yokai. And then I just was like, which one is better? And she said, honestly, I don't know. But he was insistent that I buy something, and I just thought, okay, $70 or, like, for one fucking shitty foundation. But he really wants me to get it for some reason. I really was like, why this? Like, why not any eyeshadows or lip glosses? Why do you want foundation so bad? He was like, get it. I got the more orange one because I figured, okay, it's easier to turn something too dark lighter than something too light darker in my book. So, and I don't want to look like fucking James Charles, Ghostface McGee. So, then afterwards, I was like, okay, I was like, ooh, can you get, like, a foundation brush? This nigga looked at me like I was fucking crazy. And I just thought to myself, do you think I'm just gonna apply this foundation with my bare fucking hands like lotion? So yeah, I got a foundation brush, and she upsold very well. She was like, you should get the shimmer powder. And she gave him a shifty look, and she was like, put this on your skin, it'll make it glow and look luminescent. So yeah, we got the shimmer powder. And I think maybe, like, one single, like, cheap-ass eyeliner that I don't even still have, and we got as far as one foundation, We got as far as one foundation, one brush, and one eyeliner, basically. I've got she tossed in the eyeshadow for free, but she was giving him shitty looks as she was showing me the brushes and shit, just because I'm an honest person. Had to clarify that useless information no one cares about. So just to clarify, we got like 2-3 items, but small items, before he just fully grabbed my arm like, all right, that's it, let's go. And I thought, what's he being weird for? We get to the register, and the total was like something like 80 something something. And then he just looks at me and looks at her, and then it's like, is there a first timers discount? And then she looks at me, and then I look at her with an eye roll, and she gets it. And then she's like, luckily there is a 25% off for first time users. And then she applies it, and then that nigga pays for it. And I thank her, and and then she upsells and gives me the shimmer powder for free because I'm a first timer. And then we leave. And then you want to know what he says as our first words after we leave that fucking Sephora? He says, all right, I guess we're done shopping for the day. I said, no, you said you were going to go get jewelry, what I really wanted. He said, I kind of fucked up with gambling. I gambled away all the extra money I was going to give you. And I said, well, what the fuck? Because we could have just went to like the Target or the Nordstrom down the street, and you could have got me something I actually fucking wanted. Not a foundation that isn't even in my fucking color. That I don't even fucking need. And this nigga was like, yeah. So, what do you want to do next? And I was like, you can take me the fuck back to where you picked me up from. And I didn't tell him my address, because why the fuck would I? But he kept yapping and talking, and I just thought to myself, I'm not trying to risk this dude trying to give me any sort of kiss or anything. Just nah. So the very first thing I did, like the second we got near the area I wanted him to drop me off at, I just simply, the second he stopped his car at a stoplight, I just was like, this is good. All right, I gotta go. And then I just ran out his car, said, have a good one, slammed his car door as fucking physically hard as I could, and just sprinted out of sight, and then just like awkwardly hid for a bit to make sure I wouldn't see his car around. I didn't think it was dangerous, but I just wasn't trying to have that nigga be like, ooh, you owe me a kiss. Fuck no. And then, yeah, and then I just went out, just fucking in awe, and then I went home. And I blocked him, and at some point I did unblock him just out of curiosity, but he wasn't really saying anything. Nothing really important happens. And then I told my friends this story, and all of them laughed their fucking ass off, because it was just so ridiculously stupid and bad. I don't regret going on that date, because you know what? It was extremely funny and ridiculous for the plot. Also, several times, like I remember in Sephora, they had hand sanitizer, and anytime I touched a makeup sample or anything and it was a bit sticky, like, I used their hand sanitizer. And he looked at me as if his car doesn't look like a fucking crime scene gone wrong. And he just looks at me and he's like, oh my god, that's so fucking bad for you. Like, why do you even do that? You're ruining the natural oils of your skin. This alcohol is gonna leak into your system and fuck it up. Sir, you gave me a whole rant in your car about how you do cocaine and crack. So, how about, like, you talked about doing crack with fucking Lucretia in the back of your car and getting so fucking horny on drugs that she started squirting milk everywhere mid-fuck. So, with her big luscious titties. So, I'm not taking advice from someone who hasn't cleaned their car since the dawn of time. And probably still to this day, years after, as I record this video, probably still never have. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that's how my date with some cocaine-using gambler went. It wasn't like Sharon Stone in Casino at all. It was just like, just imagine the creepiest janitor you know taking you to a mall to get you face paint like the fucking clown you are for even going out with him. But whatever. I think he did cash out. Wait, no, he didn't he did send me money later. More money. And then I blocked him. Yeah, he's a weirdo. Bye.